Bam! How's it going, guys? That's me, yes. Well, that's my name. This is me. Token Vaping. So, today's juice review is another flavor in an ongoing line for a company that, if you've seen my reviews on some of their other flavors, you know I've become a really big fan of the company. Not for any reason other than the fact that I have a lot of respect for the brothers that operate and run this company, but I'm also a big fan of their company message and the point of why they're doing what they're doing. Basically, their whole concept to this is why actually charge because of what the juice comes in, how it looks, things like that, as far as, you know, the marketing and advertising, labeling, things like that. It's more about what's in the bottle. That's where their focus is, that's where their passion is, that's where their attention to detail comes in, which is why they can offer some of the pricing and stuff that they do. So you definitely have to check out their website. You definitely have to try some of the flavors from this line. I will get into all of that after I do the flavor vape on this. I'm going to go ahead and do the vape first, give you guys the flavor impression of it, what I get out of it, what I think of it, and then we'll go into the behind the scenes. But the company is VanVal Vapors, and there is a reason why this bottle is so small. The line has been sent to me for the purpose of doing reviews, so it's actually kind of a good thing, but I will explain all that here in a minute. The flavor is called I'm Not Crazy. That's the flavor. I'm not talking about me. But we're going to jump right into this. As you can see, it does have the security ring on this, as all their bottles do, to ensure the safety and proofing of the juice to make sure that it hasn't been messed with. So we'll be going on a fresh cotton wick, as always, that I do for you guys right there. Quick shout out to USV, the United Society of Vape, for making the USV L mod that I was able to pick up and use for my reviews. I did a review on that as well. And my cotton of choice, if you haven't seen any of my videos, then it would be a surprise. Texas Tough Cotton. It just works really well for me. I like the fact that it's real simple. It's easy to use, especially if you're in a hurry. It doesn't cause a lot of issues trying to re-wick, but it has little to no break-in time, and that's what I love most about it. So you get as much flavor as possible right off the bat. But that link will be in the comment box as always. So we're going to go ahead and pop this little bottle open. And for a small bottle, that is a pretty solid security ring. I mean, you hear the pop, so it's actually really impressive, the strength of it. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see really well there, but they fill their juice literally right up to the very top before they put the tip into the bottle. So they're making sure that you get as much as possible in any size that you purchase off of this. So I'm going to go ahead and get this juiced up. Now, the flavor of this is supposed to be a strawberry and a maple are the main two stars of this flavor. There's supposed to be a dash, dollop, whip, however you want to word it, but there's supposed to be an addition of cream, not for any main purpose other than just to meld these two flavors together smoothly so that you have more of a strawberry maple flavor and not strawberry and then maple, or vice versa, and where both flavors are significantly separate from each other as you vape. They're wanting this to be a smooth transition as more of a blend, so you're going to have maple flavored strawberry, strawberry with maple flavoring, regardless of either way you want to look at it, but the cream is there for the main purpose of doing the combination, or the blending, so to speak. So I'm going to go ahead and do a quick pre-burn off of that, get the juice flowing through the cotton, and we will go from there, and then we'll do a vape. I will show you the cloud production off of that, and then I will give you all the info that most of you are curious about, maybe, I hope. So as always, vaping at 75 watts, and this is I'm Not Crazy from VanVal Vapors. So as you can see, with all their flavors, the cloud production off of it is always solid. It's always enjoyable, especially if you are a cloud chaser. I won't say that I'm a super huge cloud chaser, but I am a fan of clouds. So I'm kind of in between, just depending on my mood, I guess you could say. But having an abundance of clouds come off the vapor, especially you know, just for fun is always cool to see. So I'm going to do the second drip real quick just to make sure that I did not overlook anything in the flavor or miss out on anything, so that I in turn do not misinform you guys and let you know what's going on. Okay, so I'm not crazy. Maybe I am. Depends on the day of the week. Strawberry maple, blending of cream. Honestly, I get more maple than strawberry. Now, before that goes any further, and I don't want to make it sound like I'm bashing anything. If you're going to have strawberry and maple in a flavor, the strawberry is going to be the weaker of the two. Maple is just a very heavy flavor to begin with. It has a very strong sweetness to it. It has a very strong presence when it comes to flavor profiles. So anytime you mix, especially a fruit or something lighter like that, anytime you mix that with maple, you have to go into it expecting the maple to be the stronger of the two flavors. And in this particular case, it most definitely is the stronger of the two. All four of the vape hits that I just took was definitely all maple. I would say 3 of them I kind of got a bit of strawberry on the beginning. Now the cream does smooth it out a bit. The maple doesn't have as hard of a sugar taste to it. Like, it's not basically like you just took a drop of it out of the bottle and just went straight and ate it that way. It does have a bit more of a smoother taste to that, and I'm going to put that in part to the cream that's added into there. Strawberry wise, it depending on your sensitivity to flavors, depending on how you vape, you might pick it up more than I am at the moment. And again, that's not to say that it's a bad thing. It's just depending on the flavor that you're wanting out of it. Sometimes it's just hard to always be able to pick out every single flavor that comes into a vape juice. Okay, so now as it works a little bit more into the cotton, I get a slight tinge more of the strawberry, but it's more on the tail end. The main star of this flavor, from what I'm getting, is going to be the maple. The strawberry is starting to come out a little bit more on the tail end, and the cream does still give it a smoothness. Overall, it's still not a bad flavor. Cloud production is really nice as well. It's just I am a strawberry fan, you know, as far as my number one flavor choice, is most things with strawberry in it. But if that's what you're wanting to get out of this primarily, you might be a little disappointed with that. But it definitely has a heavier flavor to it without being like a dessert heavy flavor. It definitely has a bit of sweetness. So if you have a sweet tooth but you don't want like a hard candy flavor or a straight sugar flavor, something like this definitely would work too. Or even if you're looking, to be honest, if you're looking for something that's more to vape without going like super specific on a flavor because you don't want to vape out of it really fast and get tired of it quickly, this has actually a much more mellow style to it as far as flavor wise, because it's not super strong, but it's just enough to give you flavor to a vape. It's probably the easiest way I could describe this. However, now, as far as to the size of the bottle, as I was referring to, one of the really cool things about VanVal vapors that they do is that they offer 4 different size bottles. And one of them, this being the smallest size, it's a 17.5 milliliter bottle. The reason why that's really cool is because it's really inexpensive. It's not high priced at all. Like I said, the focus on what they're doing is what's in the bottle. So they go simplistic with the label. They don't spend a super ton amount of money on stuff that they don't need to, so that they can focus it on the quality of the juice itself. At a 17.5 milliliter, that's a great sample size because it's enough to, depending on how you vape, this could actually last certain people like a week. Depending if you don't vape that much, depending on what you're using, whether it's a small tank, big tank, dripper, things like that. But it lets you sample taste a bunch of their flavors without spending a whole lot of money to let you know, what the flavors taste like, whether it's your choice or not. And then once you find ones that you like, then you can go into a 65 mil, a 125 mil, or a 210 mil and go from there. So having the multiple options and the sizes is actually really cool. The other thing is they're one of the only companies I know of that go this extreme with nicotine options. They go from a 0, a 1.5, a 3, a 4.5, a 6, a 7.5, a 9, a 10.5, and a 12. That's a lot. Regardless of your nicotine vaping level, there's something in there that can work for pretty much most people, unless you're a really, really high nicotine vapor. I know there are a few out there, but to cover that wide range of a base basically lets you really, really fine tune the customizing of your flavors and your nic level a lot better. And that's really, really cool that they're willing to go to that extreme to accommodate that many preferences and choices. But you can find out all this information if you go to vanvalvapor.com. That is their main website. You can purchase directly off of there. They're also on Facebook. They're on Instagram. You can email them directly, and you can contact them off their website and their Facebook page as well. And they're really quick to respond. Really great guys. Really down to earth. Willing to answer any and all questions that you could possibly have. So don't hesitate to ask them if you're curious about something about their website. This is a max VG, and all that simply means is just that whatever VG level that they hit before it starts changing the flavor than what they want it to be, they'll stop there. So it has the maximum amount of VG for that flavor. There is a warning and ingredient labeling right on the back. It does have a batch lot number code on the side as well. They're 18 and plus over. Their max VG line, bottle size, nicotine option, and then, like I said, flavor name and their company logo there. So covers all the bases, has everything they need. But again, their focus is more on what's in the bottle and how it comes off as a vape than how it looks and how much advertising that they say they have. They leave that to the customers, reviewers like myself, things like that. So definitely check them out. VanVal Vapors, thank you guys so much for the continued opportunity and privilege that this has been for me. Big fan of you guys and your line. Definitely check them out, folks. I'm Token Vaping. I'm here on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Pinterest. Anything that I can do myself to help further enhance your vaping experience and make it more enjoyable for you, it's the only reason why I do this. So definitely reach out to me. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns, a particular video that you're looking for. I will do everything in my power to make that happen. Until next time, no matter what, always remember, truly love yourself. Vape on, vape strong. Have a good one, guys.